up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about the Shy Season 8, Episode 5. This is the recap. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, what do y'all think about this episode? Of course, Nuck, if you buck, he met his fate. He up out of here. We are officially smoking on that Nuck if you buck pack, and man, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was expecting them to at least probably have Nuck be on the show to about episode 7 or 8, but Tiffany, she said, you know what? Hell nah, he gotta go. As soon as she found out, she started plotting and planning to get him up out of here. He didn't last long at all, and we already knew once we saw him with his son that it's probably going to be one of the last times that he's going to spend with him. And Nuck knew this since the end of season 6 when he dropped off Rob and Duda, that he was on borrowed time, especially when people found out what he's done. So it is the end for Nuck. Your boy Cortez Smith, he did an excellent job playing his character. I mean, he was on a crazy run with the bodies that he dropped off. I mean, if you think about it, as far as the villains on this show, he dropped off a lot of bodies. You know what I'm saying? He dropped off Duda, Pastor Stanley Jackson, and he dropped off Rob as well. He did that all in season 6. And then we get to season 8 and we learned that he had to get rid of Pastor Freaky Ziki. I still think it's something with that. I don't trust Charles' character. We shall see if they're going to do anything with it. But man, Nuck if you buck definitely dropped off a lot of bodies and he had a crazy run. Now, I know your girl Keisha may feel some type of way about this when she learns that Tiffany was the one that did this, right? Because Keisha did love the relationship that Nuck had with her son, and with him not being there, that's going to be a problem. That may mess up the relationship between Keisha and Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? They all close and stuff, but come on. You going to take out Rob and think she going to just sit there and allow you to do that? If she didn't do it, someone else is going to do it. So it is what it is. Keisha, you just going to have to get over it. That's what I'm thinking. Now, you guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about Nora. She got dropped off. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, what type of protection did Patience have? She was acting like she was Secret Service or something. That girl got dropped off easily. Jackie took the shot, and we finally got to see her in work. When we got introduced to her character, she was known as the shooter. When she shoots, she does not miss, and she did not miss her target. We know Rosalind set that all up. She wanted Nora up out of here, and of course, she had the connection with Reg in order to get this, executed. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen next with that. But let's begin this recap. I want to try to focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, I want you guys to let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 5 titled The Dead of Winter? Now in this episode, we were starting off exactly where we left off at the end of episode 4 with Tiffany asking Nuck, what was Bakari talking about as far as them finding out what he's done. And Nuck told her that what he is talking about is him working with Detective Toussaint. You know what I'm saying? Giving her intel. That's what he is talking about. So Tiffany's like, damn. So I'm sleeping with a damn snitch. I mean, Tiffany didn't give a damn. She was running her mouth to Nuck in this episode. Had me cracking up. And Nuck couldn't do anything but just sit there and take it. And you can tell he was thinking about actually telling her that he dropped off Rob, but he said, nah, I ain't doing that. I can't go. Now we get to Reg, Jackie, and Nora is having her last moments on the show. Jackie has the target and she takes the shot. Nora is up out of here. I'm like, damn. So all that protection that Patience was talking about wasn't nothing at all. This was easy work. And we saw that Rosalind was the one that gave out that hit. So now we're going to see what they're going to do with the storyline, but man, you already know Rashad's going to be very upset about this when he finds out. Now we get to Devontae. He's on his phone. He got his headphones in. I mean, basically, he don't give a damn. He didn't even think about going into a room by himself. He is watching those X-rated videos on the phone right there in the living room. And Emmett comes out there. He catches him and he is pissed off like, what the hell is you doing? And we know Emmett will have to have a conversation with him. Now, Emmett does tell Keisha about this, and she's like, well, you probably need to talk to him because if you don't, he may end up like you, having all these kids. I mean, you don't want that to happen. And Emmett is like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, y'all know he was like, well, what's wrong with me? Trust and believe you don't want that boy like you. So Emmett will be having a conversation with him later on in the episode. But I was still tripping that Devontae really was in the living room and he didn't have no awareness of, getting privacy. We know back in the days, if you even got caught like Devontae got caught, you be getting beat down. Won't be no talking. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if they is talking to you, you're going to be getting beat and talked to at the same time right there on the spot. Know what I'm saying? You had to sneak, get the tape, make sure no one was in the house. I mean, you had to do all types of stuff to make sure that everything was good. But these kids, man, they got it way too easy. They can just go on the phone and watch it just like that. No sense of any type of awareness at all. And we were seeing that with Devontae's character. Hopefully, this can be fixed. Now we get to Lene and she is scared as hell. She is hearing gunshots outside. She believes someone is after her. And that's because she's been running her mouth to Kenya, talking about Nuck if you buck. She understands that she could be a target. So she texts Bakari, letting him know, can he come over there? Because she wants to, be with somebody. She's alone at the house. Now we get to Riley and Keisha. And let's just be honest. Riley has been a good addition to the family. You know what I'm saying? We know Jada, she's the OG, triple OG. She's the legend. But Riley has been doing a lot, taking care of the kids, taking Devontae to counseling, basically. And, of course, being there for Keisha and Emmett. And she tells her that she is very grateful for having her there. Now, they also talk about Devontae and his phone, taking it away. Maybe it's going to help with him, being focused and stuff like that. Maybe taking it away until he's 17. This is what they're thinking about. But it can also cause issues with his friends because he's going to feel like he's left out. So the game plan is to contact the other parents to see if they're willing to do the same thing. Now we get to Emmett and Victor, and they're talking about Tiffany, talking about if Victor may try to get back with her or whatever. He doesn't really know. We also know that Emmett talks about how he was kind of upset at first when he learned that Victor and Tiffany kissed. He was in his feelings at that particular time, but he is cool with everything. It's no big deal. So that's the good thing, you know what I'm saying? There's no harsh feelings. And he tells Victor that he is preparing to propose to Keisha and he wants to do it the right way this time. So we're going to see that proposal in this episode, and it was definitely a special moment for the both of them. Now we get to Lene and Bakari. Of course, Bakari, he is telling Lene that he is there for her. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make sure that she is good. She believes that maybe Nuck may try to do something to her or whatever, because of her running her mouth to Kenya, running her mouth to, Tiffany as well. So you just never know. Now, since Bakari said that he got her, that he's going to protect her, she felt real special. The two end up hooking up. And then the next morning, we know Bakari's like, so we good? We back together? She said, hell nah, we ain't back together because you committed to those streets. So it's not going to work. And Bakari, he's like, man, so I thought you said you don't want to be alone in this house. She said, well, Papa lives here. And he's like, what the hell is Papa going to do? Now, I think this is like a sign letting us know that Papa is going to do something crazy this season. I ain't underestimating nobody, especially the way that Papa's been, smoking and taking pills. You just never know. Now, Bakari needs a place to stay, and she says she's going to think about it if she wants him to stay there with her. Now, we get to Emmett and Devontae, and they finally have the sex talk, and man, this was a very detailed conversation. Devontae, that boy is wild. I mean, he had me cracking up. Emmett told him that he lost his virginity. I believe he said 14 years old. Devontae is like, damn, that's way too late. Emmett was like, man, you crazy as hell. And no, it ain't. Know what I'm saying? And then Devontae said, when is it okay for you to bust a you know what on a girl's face? I'm like, damn, they really just put that in there. Who wrote this? Who wrote this script? I mean, Devontae didn't give a damn. I guess he been watching too much Pornhub and he believes that's how it's going to be all the time. Well, we know that's not happening. Well, I guess it depends on what type of girl you with. But very detailed conversation. I believe they probably should have talked about STDs as well, because that's very important. You don't want to be going around raw dog and everything, you know what I'm saying, having unprotected sex, because you can catch something. So that's very important as well. But at least Emmett was willing to have that conversation with him. As I told you, very detailed conversation. And Devontae and Emmett, they learned a lot about each other just by one serious detailed conversation. Now we get to Patience, Amaya, Emmett, Keisha, and they're talking about just taking the phones away from all the boys. You know what I'm saying? Because doing this may make it easier for everybody. That way ain't nobody left out. That way the boys can focus on other things. They can be more connected with each other and figure out other ways to entertain themselves instead of being on those phones all day. And it was a struggle. You know what I'm saying? The parents had to chase them around the house in order to get these phones, and the boys wasn't having it, but eventually they end up getting their phones taken away. And of course, they gonna be very pissed off at Devontae because he was the one that got caught on his phone. Now we get to Rashad and Patience, and now it's time for Rashad to meet her ex. Her ex wants to meet anybody that's going to be getting close to his son, Mondo. So this conversation, this interaction was kind of weird at first. Dude seemed real strict, but eventually, he got over it, and he was just messing around with Rashad. So it seems like things are going to be cool between the two. Now we get to Lene. She goes to the club because she's looking for Tiffany, but she runs into Victor, and Victor is telling her, like, look, you look scared. Well, she is scared. She thinks that Nuck probably gonna try to take her out. She has his audio as well, and she's like, look, can I trust you? And Victor's like, yeah, like, I got you. She plays the audio of Zay saying Nuck killed Rob and all that stuff. So now he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Send that to me. You don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it. So now Victor is planning to take this recording to your girl Tiffany, but he's going to go to Emmett first. Now he goes to Emmett and he lets him know that Nuck killed Rob. He has the audio, he has the proof, and he wants to tell Tiffany. Emmett is like, man, I need to tell Keisha. Victor tells him he needs to tell Tiffany first, especially since she's the one sleeping with him, especially since he dropped off Rob. I mean, it is very dangerous. Now Emmett has to propose to Keisha, or at least that's what he's planning to do. So he wants to get that out the way, but he does tell Victor after, Tiffany knows about this and all this proposal stuff is over, he will plan to tell Keisha. And man, when he tells Keisha this, she may end up flipping out, especially when she finds out that Tiffany was the one that dropped off Nuck. But we're going to see how it all goes. Now we get to Jake and Reg, and Jake is upset with his brother. He's fed up. He tells him to leave Bakari alone, that he should have never gave him any work. But we know Reg don't give a damn. It's business to him. He says, look, that's not your son. Like, what you so worried about? Next thing we know, Jake is talking about, well, that's my brother. And y'all know Reg wasn't feeling that. He's like, nah, I'm your brother. I'm your blood. Know what I'm saying? They end up getting into it even more. Reg tells him he don't give a F about Bakari, Treg, and he definitely don't give a F about Jake. And he kicks him out. Man, he gave us that Bishop from Juice, your boy Tupac type vibes with this scene right here. But when Jake left, we know Jake was in his feelings as well. He didn't really like what his brother said, but we can tell that Reg was also in his feelings, and maybe he didn't really feel the way that he was talking. That maybe he wants to be in his brother's life. So we're going to see what they're going to do next within this story, but as of right now, it ain't looking too good. Now we get to Angie, Shanita, Jackie, Bakari's sister, Brittany is there as well. And Angie is bragging about the guy that she done hooked up with. And she also talks about Hannibal. I know a lot of you guys was asking about Hannibal's character. We know he was working with Detective Toussaint last season, and it seems like he's in witness protection. That's what Angie said. And apparently he is cool with Angie getting those cheeks clapped while he is there. Know what I'm saying? And she's getting her cheeks clapped by your boy, Smitty. And everybody was looking at Angie like, really? So you messing with this dude? He's a street dude. And she's like, well, I met him at the club. Well, at Tiffany's club, all the street cats are there. That's what they're telling her. And we know he be putting his hands on females. Now, Angie says that she will kill a dude if he tries to touch her or whatever. So we gonna see. At the end of the day, we know this dude works for Nuck and he can be very dangerous. Now we get to Keisha and Emmett, and now it is time for them to have this proposal. Very, very emotional time for them. Very intimate scene right here. They're showing us pictures of their journey. I mean, damn. I was really thinking about all the things that they've been through since the first season, and it's been a lot. So this moment right here is what we've been waiting for, and it was very, emotional for the both of them. They both proposed to each other. They took their time, and I believe they did it in the best way that they could. But y'all let me know, man. Do y'all agree with the females proposing as well? I mean, Emmett, I guess, was down for it. He didn't really have too many issues. Me personally, I would feel kind of weird, but that's just me. Y'all can let me know. Now we get to Bakari and he is watching a classic, Cooley High. So here we go once again with Bakari, having these parallels. Man, I hope he gonna be okay by the end of the season, but it ain't looking good. We know Lene was going out and Bakari wants to know where she's going to and all this stuff, but she ain't really trying to tell him. She's like, look, we ain't together and I ain't gotta tell you nothing. So he's feeling some type of way about that, especially since he came there basically to protect her. That's how he's feeling. So he gotta be in his feelings about this one. Now, we get to your boy Darnell, Riley, Zuri. They take the kids out to like an arcade and they was having fun, know what I'm saying? While Keisha and Emmett are doing their thing, they taking care of the kids, having a good old time, and I know that the kids was loving that. As I told y'all, I believe Riley is doing an excellent job as far as being a new addition to this family. Now we get to your boy Rashad, and he is finally meeting Patient's son, Mondo, and things went well. Know what I'm saying? He was cool with your boy Rashad, as I told you. It seems like things are going quite well for him. Hopefully, he does not mess this up. Now, we know Angie does, tell Smitty, like, look, I heard about you putting your hands on females and all that stuff. Don't let it happen with me. So we're going to see what time it is. Your girl Angie acting like she's ready to pull the trigger if Smitty does something stupid. Y'all let me know if y'all think something's going to happen. Now, we get back to Rashad and Patience, and they find out that Nora ended up getting killed and Rashad was in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? We know your girl Patience said that she had some type of protection over Nora. That protection is trash. That girl got taken out easily, in my opinion, and Rashad wants to find out who did this. You can tell by the look on his face, this ain't over yet. Now we get to Victor and Tiffany. He finally plays the audio of Zay saying that Nuck killed Rob, and she was pissed off. She's like, how long you been knowing this? I mean, she's all in her feelings. But Victor did not give up Lene's name, so she is good. And he's asking Tiffany what does she want to do about it. Now we get to the end of the episode. Nuck, if your butt comes up in the house, he's looking for Tiffany. All the lights are out, so we already know what time it is. He goes into the room. He sees Tiffany. He sees Victor. He's like, what the hell is going on? Like, what y'all doing? Your girl Tiffany walks up to him with the strap and she says, this is for Rob. And she pulls the trigger. Headshot. Drops that boy straight off. Your boy Nuck, if your buck is up out of here. We are officially smoking on that Nuck pack. And man, Tiffany, I guess she has become the new Alicia. We know Nuck taught her how to shoot. Well, she's passed her test and she ain't playing around. They've been building this up since last season as far as, Tiffany being the one that's going to drop him off, especially once she found out that he killed Rob. So this is going to be a crazy one. Cannot wait to see the reaction from Keisha. You know what I'm saying? When she finds out what happens, what's going to happen when Emmett tells her about what he learned from Victor as far as Nuck killing Rob. So if they try to hide this, Keisha's already going to know what time it is. I mean, it's going to be a crazy one, man. But overall, this was a good episode. The longest episode of the season thus far. I mean, it is the mid-season finale. We only got 5 more episodes left. And since Nuck is up out of here, what's going to happen next? Does that mean Reg is next? Can Reg turn things around, or would Reg get dropped off as well? Or could Reg end up getting locked up? You know what I'm saying? We know Hannibal, he's in witness protection. So maybe Reg is still a target for Detective Toussaint to get. And then again, when will Rosalind pop up? She's up here having all these hits on people and all this stuff. So is she going to pop up? I think she may pop up, by the end of the season. And it's going to be hell to pay. Now, the sad thing is Rosalind is only doing this. And we talking about dropping off Alicia, trying to take out loose ends. She's only doing this because of Nuck told her a lie that Alicia was the one that took out Duda, which that's not the case. He was the one that did it. So based off that lie alone, is causing a huge ripple effect that's going to get a lot of people hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see how it all plays out. I want you guys to let me know what y'all think is going to happen. And also, this episode was directed by your boy, the OG, triple OG, Robert Townsend. And I already know he did a good job on this one. You know what I'm saying? Just based off what we saw. But down below, I want you guys to let me know, what do y'all think is going to happen next in this story? You already know I'm going to give you guys that what to expect for episode 6. So stay tuned for that. That will be dropping over the weekend. And I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support. And I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.